files. This file picture taken on July 7, 2009 in Paris, shows the front page of the Facebook website. The French government called on the management at Facebook France, on September 25, to report to French National Commission for Computer Technologies and Liberties (CNIL) whether private messages from some of the social network's users had been published or not following a possible technical bug, data presentation modifications, or a breach of confidentiality, which occurred the day before and made a buzz for several hours on the Internet. AFP photo Loic Venance AFP, Getty Images. A bill to strengthen online data protections was speeding through the legislature on Thursday amid news of a massive new security breach and a looming afternoon deadline to keep a competing initiative opposed by the technology industry off the ballot. The California Data Privacy Protection Act, AB 375 by Assemblymember Echel D. Monterey Park and State Sen. Robert Hertzberg, D. Van Nuys, passed 6-1 out of the Senate Appropriations Committee Thursday morning and was headed for a Senate floor vote. Senator Jim Nielsen, Ardahama, was opposed. Hertzberg said lawmakers are trying to keep up with fast-paced changes in technology. Ad choice advertising and red invented by teens, it really is the Wild West in a whole new way, Hertzberg said. The vote came amid news that Exactus, a Florida-based marketing and data aggregation firm, reportedly leaked detailed information on individual adults and businesses involving as many as 340 million records on a publicly available server. It was the latest in a series of failures by various companies to protect consumers' data. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg acknowledged in March that the social media giant had failed its users after reports that British political consulting firm Cambridge Analytica had harvested up to 87 million Facebook user profiles without their consent. Other companies that acknowledged major data breaches include Uber in November affecting 57 million users, Yahoo in October affecting 3 billion users, Equifax in September affecting 148 million users, LinkedIn in 2016 affecting 100 million users, and Anthem in 2015 affecting 80 million users. The bill is sponsored by advocacy group Common Sense and supported by privacy activist Alistair McTaggart, who launched the effort for a California Consumer Privacy Act ballot initiative, which qualified for the November ballot this week. McTaggart, a San Francisco real estate developer who has spent $1.65 million on the campaign, said that he would withdraw the ballot measure if the legislature passes the proposed bill in Gov. Jerry Brown signs it by June 28, the last date for the ballot measure to be pulled from the ballot. The bill mirrors three core components of the ballot initiative. It would guarantee consumers the right to know what data is being collected from them, as well as the right to opt out of that data collection. It also would hold companies liable for data breaches. Industry leaders, including the Silicon Valley Leadership Group, which represents major technology firms, opposed the ballot measure, arguing it went too far and was approved without industry input. Facebook was initially opposed the initiative, but dropped its opposition in April. Peter Leroy Munoz, the leadership group's vice president of technology and innovation, said last week that data privacy and security is a complex issue requiring continued conversation. The group has taken no position on the bill. The bill differs from the initiative in the way that companies would be held accountable for breaches to address an industry concern. The ballot measure exposed companies to litigation regardless of the state attorney general's action. The bill would allow the attorney general to levy fines for data breaches, after which consumers could then sue over them. The bill also adds provisions that go beyond the ballot measure, like requiring parental consent for companies to sell data on children younger than 16. and it would include provisions of Europe's privacy laws such as consumers' right to compel companies to delete all their private data. McTaggart said in an interview last week that they both accomplish the same goals broadly. But there are differences in the way a ballot measure and a bill can be modified, Appropriations Chairman Anthony Portantino, de la Cañada Flintridge, noted. An initiative approved by voters can only be changed by voters, while lawmakers can modify a bill they approved in the legislature, making it easier to tweak the law to fix unintended consequences. By doing a bill, we preserve the legislative process going forward, Portantino said before Thursday morning's vote. Polls indicate broad support for such measures. A new poll commissioned by the Campaign for Accountability, CFA, a Washington, D.C.-based liberal watchdog, found 77% of Americans think that big internet and technology companies have a negative impact on privacy. In addition, 73% of those polled think there should be more regulation of the companies. The national phone poll of 1,001 registered voters was conducted from June 11 to 19. A May poll sponsored by the Bay Area News Group and Silicon Valley Leadership Group found a majority of voters in the technology industry's Bay Area base would support new government regulations on data security and privacy. Staff writer Levi Sumagase contributed to this report. Check back for updates. Sponsored content. MCD's all-day superstar. By this football season, enjoy a sausage McMuffin with egg at any time of the day or night. You might also like the unusual link between eggs and diabetes. Health news tips. Today 020 you can enjoy the sausage McMuffin with egg all day. McDonald's. How savvy parents help their kids grow. Abbott family. Blue light is causing more harm to your eyes than you. Brands on Yahoo. Sip your way through world class whiskey in Osaka Intercontinental Hotels.